back to my channel. How are you doing? I hope you are great. Thank you so much for your love here on this channel, for your support, for everything you have done here on this channel. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. If you are new here, consider subscribing to my channel, and don't forget to hit the red button icon down there to get you an update as I will be uploading my new videos. Thank you, my old subscriber. I appreciate you for everything you guys have done here on this channel. I appreciate you all. On today's tutorial, we're going to be cutting a princess dart burstier. So I'm going to teach you 2 ways of cutting this princess dart burstier. So this is what we are going to be doing today. This is a request from one of my subscribers. So like this video, share and subscribe. And don't forget to tell a friend, and tell a friend to like my videos, share and subscribe. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to my channel, and subscription is free. Please subscribe to my channel. So without wasting your time, let's hit our cutting table as we begin to cut. So alright guys, the back measurement I'm working with is 15 inches divided into 2 gives me 7.5, and I'm marking it. So here I'm going to mark my shoulder slant 1 inch. So from this point I'm going to determine the half of my armhole, and I'm going to mark it. So I'm working with 16 inches. So the round of my armhole for this tutorial is 16 inches. So I marked 8 inches at that point. So the bust line is 11 inches from my shoulder, and the underbust is 13.5. So half length is 16 inches, and I have my allowance. So I'll connect the line. I will angle it. To locate the midpoint, which is 4 inches. So here is my 4 inches. So what you are going to do to get this is to divide whatever you are getting for your whole round armhole into 4. So this is what I'm marking, and from this point I'm going down 0.5, and I will mark it. So I'm going to use my ruler to mark it so that you can see clearly. Alright, so the wideness of the neck I want to use is 3.5. It's my 3.5. So I'm connecting this shoulder slope. Connecting my shoulder slope. Here is my shoulder slope. Okay. So I'm working with 4 inches for the bust span. So here's my 4 inches for my bust span. So if you want to, I told you I want to teach you 2 methods of cutting this or princess dart. So your highest measurement for this method, you are adding 4 or 4.5 to hit to your highest measurement. Like my highest measurement here is my bust. So the bust I'm working with is 37 inches plus 5 inches. So I have 9. The quarter of your highest measurement, you are adding 4 inches to it. So this is the quarter of my bust measurement, and I added 4 inches like so. So what I'm going to do right here is to fold. I'm going to fold this way. So we are connecting the bust line and the underbust. When I told you I added 4 inches, or you could do 4.5. So this is my bust point, my bust line, and here is my underbust. Okay, what you are going to do is to make sure I'm working with 4 inches for my bust span. So I'm going to measure this 4 inches right here. This is my bust point. So here on the bust, I'm going to deduct 1 inch from whatever you are getting here on your bust line. When you get to your underbust, make sure you deduct 1 inch from the measurement, any measurement you are getting. So I marked a 4 inches here, so that shows I'm going to mark 3 inches here. So this is my 3 inches here. So I'm going to connect the dots together. Use my ruler to do this. So I'm cuffing it this way. Then I'm going to draw a straight line like so. So this is my straight line. Okay, before I cut it, I'm going to mark 1/4 inch here. So 1/4 is good. So this marking will guide me where I'm going to stop the cutting, because I'm going to cut it right here. So it's going to guide me where I'm going to stop this cutting. So I'm going to cut this way. I'm cutting like so. Make sure you do not cut it. Don't cut it off. Finish. So it just remain 1/4 here or 0.5. So having done this, you are going up 0.5 from that or bust line, and then you are coming down 0.5. Go up by 0.5 and come down 0.5. Can you see that? So you know we went down 0.5 from the hammer line. So you are connecting the 2 dots from the hammer line to the dot we made at the bust line. So I'm going to mark it. I'm marking the two lines I made to reach the 2 dots. The 2 dots. So I'm doing the second one. So can you see this? So this is how you are going to connect together. So can you see that? So here I took 0.5 from that side, so I'm going to add it back. So I want to cuff my hammer before adding 0.5. So I'm adding my hammer, I'm cuffing my hammer. So this 0.5 I took, so I'm replacing it and I'm going to cuff it. So this is what I'm doing here, and I'm connecting it at that point. So can you see that? So that shows we are using new hammer and the other one is of no use. The former one is of no use. Okay, so I'm placing the 1/4 of my bust measurement 9.25. That's 9 1/4. So I'm adding my sewing allowance. So my underbust, I'm placing the 1/4 of my underbust. So as you can see, so we have 2 inches for that we took the other time. So I will be placing the quarter of my underbust. I'm going to mark it at that point. So whatever you are getting for your underbust, make sure you mark it, and you are going to add back the dart you took. So I took 2 inches and I'm replacing the darts. So now I'm adding 1.5 for sewing allowance. You can choose any measurement you want for your sewing allowance. Alright guys, this is my waistline. So I'm placing quarter of my waistline and I'm adding 2 inches or the dart we took and the sewing allowance as well. Okay, I'm connecting the dots I made together from my bust line to the underbust, now to the waistline, and I'm extending it to my allowance. Okay, so now I want to look for the volume of my neck. Sorry. So I chose 5 inches. So you can choose any shape you want for your neck. So the decision is yours. So I'm connecting the line together. So I want round shape. So I'm going to curve it, marking the shape I want. So it's going to come out like round shape. Okay, so I'm going to cut. So this is first method. Can you see? Can you see the shape? So this is first method. I hope you like it. It's very easy to cut and sew. So we are moving to the second method. This is my starting point. This line I'm marking is going to guide me to get the necessary measurements. Okay, so the back measurements I'm working with still remain 7.5, and I'm going to mark it. So here I'm going down 1 inch from my shoulder slope, and the wideness of the neck I'm still using 3.5. Okay, so I'm connecting this shoulder slope to the wideness of my neck. Okay, so here I'm placing my tape measure to get the half of my round armhole. So I want to create my armhole line. So I have 16 inches for the armhole, for the round of my armhole, then divided by 2 is giving me 8 inches. So I have 10 inches from my shoulder to my nipple. So this is my bust line. So my underbust is 13.5, and I have 16 inches for my half length. So I have my M allowance. So I'm going to connect the dots together. So can you see? So this is my bust line, underbust, waistline, and the hemline. Okay, what I'm going to do is to get the quarter of my whole armhole. So how can you achieve this? You divide what you are getting in your own case for your whole armhole, I mean round of your armhole, by 4. You divide it into 4. So in my own case, I have 16 inches for the round of my hammer divided by 4 is giving me 4 inches. If you have 20 inches, if you have 18 inches, just look for the quarter and mark 0.5 from this quarter this way. So I'm going to curve my hammer on that point. You must have used today's system, and if you are new here, don't know how to do this, you can check my channel. I have basic bodies tutorial in my channel. Can you see this? Okay, so the bust span I'm working with is 4 inches. 4 inches is the bust span I will be working with today. So here on my bust line, I'm going to start the dot. 4 inches, I'm going to mark it. I'm marking this 4 inches. And I'm going to connect it to this. I'm going to roll it. You see that? So this is 4 inches. Yeah. Okay. Here I'm going up 0.5. This is my 0.5 here, and I will go down 0.5. So I want to mark it. This is my 0.5 below my bust point, and 0.5 above my bust line. 0.5 below my bust line, 0.5 above my bust line. So here I'm going to come down 0.5 again. You know, this is the midpoint here. This is the midpoint, and from this midpoint I'm coming down 0.5. So here is my 0.5, and I'm going to mark it. This is my 0.5. Okay. All right. So we are connecting this line here to meet this one. So before then, so to create the cup, this is what we are going to do. You will look for the highest measurement. Like mine for today's tutorial is my bust. So I have 37 inches for my bust measurement, and the round of my under bust I have 32 inches. So you deduct or minus 37 inches from 32 inches. So that gives me 5 inches. So this 5 inches, I'm going to divide it into 2. So after that, I'm going to divide it again. Like I have 5 inches divided by 2 is giving me 2.5. So this 2.5, I'm going to share it. So 2.5 here and 2.5 at the other panel. So at this central front here, this central front. So at this central front here, make sure you mark 1 inch here. If you are getting 4 inches, make sure you place 1 inch here and you mark the remaining measurement at the other edge. So that's just it. So that's the logic. Just mark 1 inch here and put the remaining allowance or remaining that you want to take to the other side. So that's just it. So here I'm going to mark my 1 inch. So this is my 1 inch. You know, I have 2.5. So at the other side, I will be marking 1.5. So here I'm going to mark 1 inch, and at the other side I'm marking 1.5. This is my 1.5. So I mark 1 inch here and 1.5 here. Can you see that? Okay. So I want to connect to this I'm connecting this way. Let's see. And then I will connect the 0.5 we took. Connecting it as well. Can you see that? So I'm adding 0.5 here. You know, we took 0.5. Any dart you take, any measurement you took, sorry, make sure you add it back. So this is my 0.5. So we're using it to create another so this our new armor right here. So we are no more using this one. So we'll be using this one. Okay. So having done this, connecting the dots together. So we are connecting to this line, the 0.5 below the bust line. So this is what we are connecting these two. And this one, connecting it to the 1.5 we took here. And then I'm going to draw a straight line to the waist. And at this point, I'm drawing straight line as well. I hope you saw what I drew. So can you see? Okay, I want to create the sizing. So I'm placing the quarter of my bust measurement. I have 9.25. It's my 9.25. So I want to add my dart and allowance to it this way. And here in my under bust, I'm placing the quarter of my under bust and the 2 inches, the dart I took. So I'm replacing it, and I want to add 1.5 for the sewing allowance. So here is my waistline. So I'm placing the quarter of my waist, and I'm adding 2 inches that I took. Sorry, I took 2.5. So let me add 0.5 here. So I took 2.5. So I want to add my sewing allowance. So I'm going to connect the dots together this way. Now we'll extend it to the allowance like so. I hope you saw it. Okay, so I want to create the depth. You know, I chose 3.5 for the wideness of my neck this way. So the volume of my neck, that's the depth of my neck. So I want to choose 4 inches. You can choose any measurement you want. So I chose 4 inches, and I'm going to mark it. So I want to use round leg. So this is going to come out as round neck. So I chose round neck. So I'm okay with this. All right, guys. What I want to do here is to just cuff this side in order to avoid the pointing or at that side. You know, our breast is curved, our breast is not pointed, so that's the essence of curving this side. So you know, I went up 0.5 and below my bust I took 0.5. So I need to curve this side to avoid the pointy area. Okay guys, I'm good to cut. So this is how it looks like. So as you can see, this one is more curvy than the other one. So can you see the shape? If you look at the other one very well, you will understand what I'm talking about. So the other one is good and this one too is beautiful. So the choice is now yours. You can choose any one you want out of the two. If you find this tutorial helpful, please give this video thumbs up, like my videos and share to your family and friends, and subscribe to this channel if you are here too. Please, I need your subscription if you are here to subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to this beautiful family where you can learn how to cut and sew easily. Thank you for watching and I will see you on my next tutorial.